G'day everybody and welcome back to Starcub Review. I'm your host as always, Starcub, and on today's video, yes I know it's been a couple of days and I know I've been meaning to get around to this, but today's video is going to be on my personal rankings for the Final Destination films. I've been looking forward to this one. So that's what's going to happen today. But before I get into the video, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone new to my channel that's commented or just watching or given a like. Thanks so much. I really do appreciate it. Everyone returning, everyone knows that I love it and appreciate them. So without further ado, I'm going to let the credits roll and then we're going to get straight into it. Alrighty everybody, I am back. So, my personal Final Destination film rankings. Now, I know this may be hard to swallow for some, but for others, rankings, that people love doing rankings, people love watching rankings. I know I do personally because I'd like to see how other people rate movies, video games, TV shows, all that sort of jazz. And personally, in your own personal rankings, it can be something that you really, really like or really, really hate, or is what you think is personally the worst up to the best. And personally for me, the Final Destination films are one of my favorite type of horror films. So let's get into my rankings. So I'm going to go from number 5, which is the absolute worst film, and then the rest are excellent films. Number 5 being the most hated one, I think, in my personal opinion, that I hate, is the worst film out of all of the franchise. The rest of the rankings are films that I really, really, really enjoyed. So they're not, one is not bad as the other, it's just my personal opinion. But they're all great except for number 5, which I thought was absolute number 5 in the rankings, which I think is really, really bad. So, okay, to start with number 5, the worst film in the franchise is The Final Destination. Absolutely hated it. Didn't like any of the main characters, didn't like the way that the story played out. If next to nothing, there was no story. The death scenes were absolutely laughable, horrible, and the 3D was just laughable as well. So that is the worst film, I think, The Final Destination. And what a dumb title for it, The Final Destination. I mean, come on, get with the program. Number 4 in my rankings is Final Destination 5. I really, really enjoyed this film, and watching it, absolutely great. The premise, great. When you get to the end, which had several twists on top of a twist, you realize that this whole film is a prequel leading into the original Final Destination. Brilliant, brilliant. Number 3 on my list is Final Destination 2. Yep. Final Destination 2, I absolutely enjoyed, just as great as number 1. Final Destination 2 had some of the best death scenes, a really, really, really gripping story, and Ellie Lata returns as Claire Rivers. Perfect. Loved her character. That's number 3 on my list, Final Destination 2. Number 2 in the rankings, leading up to number 1. There's going to be 2 films that are vying for first place, because honestly, I think these 2 films are personally my favorites, but these 2 really go for the number 1 spot personally when I get to them, because they were just so good, and I really couldn't pick one or the other. So they're both in number 1 spot for me. So number 2 on my list is Final Destination Bloodlines. And I did a review on Final Destination Bloodlines. I enjoyed the heck out of it, though I had my critiques of it and my pros and cons about this film. Final Destination Bloodlines for me was an extremely fun film, outrageous, over-the-top deaths. It really did take you back, make you feel like, oh my god, these death scenes are really, really awesome. Like, it really took it to the next level with the death scenes. Although I disagreed with how the story plays out, how it all connects, and the protagonist and some of the characters in this are just so lazy and not written very well. And I really, really hated the premise of the main character, Steffi, having a premonition about something that had happened 60 years ago. It makes no sense in the whole scheme of things. But other than that, Final Destination Bloodlines for me was absolutely fun. Number one spot, people. Number one spot. These two films are absolutely amazing. I honestly could not pick one or the other because these two films for me, I really, really enjoy, and I go back and visit every single time because there's something about these two films that just keeps drawing me in and drawing me in and drawing me in. So, without further ado, drum roll, blah, 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 blah. Number one on my list is Final Destination 3 and the original Final Destination. Yes, people, the one that started it all with Alex Browning getting on the plane, yelling, "The plane's gonna explode, the plane's gonna explode." And they all get off and they start dying one by one, him and his classmates. Absolutely loved the original Final Destination film. It always will hold a special place in my heart. The same with Final Destination 3. The roller coaster theme park one, with Mary Elizabeth Winstead as the protagonist this time. She was absolutely brilliant in it. The characters in number 3 were really well written. They were witty, they were stupid, they were thick. My god, some of the shit that they pulled off with Final Destination 3 is wow. This is awesome. They really, really outdid themselves with number 3. And that's why these two films, for me, Final Destination 3 and Final Destination, are the two best films in the franchise because number 1 really, wow, just like really pushed the edge of what a villain could be. An unseen villain, a supernatural force, death itself. And it really injected a new wave of horror into a franchise, which was absolutely amazing. And number 3 really elevated it, making it somewhat a little bit campy, but also still very, very terrifying. Tanning beds, people. I mean, I don't do tanning beds. I've never done a tanning bed, but if I was a female, I would not step foot in a tanning bed. Absolutely not. And I would not go through a fucking drive-thru anymore. Drive-thrus for me, no drive-thrus. Unless you want a motor to the back of the fucking head. But other than that, that's my rankings for the Final Destination films, people. Love it or hate it. Drop me a comment down below what your rankings are, what you think is the best film in the franchise. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to drop me a like, subscribe, and click the notification button to keep up to date with all my content. And please do check out my 2 other channels that I have. I have an Instagram account and I have a TikTok, and they will be listed down below in the description. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. And at the end of this video, before the credits, I will have the ranking list and what I rated these films out of 10. Hope you enjoyed it, people. I'll catch you all with another one very, very soon. All right. Peace.